A very close eye on the shark. Sam deploys a large light box that will illuminate the area around the boat. The light box has onboard remote cameras that enable Rescue 6 to see what is going on in the water more clearly. First mate Michael Doyle is at the helm, ready to maneuver the camera through the murky green water. With the light box illuminating the water, they are looking to find a clear path to the boat that eventually Sam will have to travel. Now Sam and his crew, they've got the impossible task of trying to save 3 survivors who are being heavily guarded by a deadly man-eater who's... all he wants to do is protect his next meeting. And that's when rescuers got their first good look at the monster guarding its prey.
Yeah, hi, this is Sam.
Rescue operation to save passengers of a capsized whale watching boat off the coast of South Africa is turned deadly. Expert Mel Thurman believes that amateur footage proves that the legendary monster shark known as Submarine is responsible.
400.
Now rescue crews have spotted 3 passengers trapped inside the capsized joyride, nearly 40 feet underwater, and heavily guarded by the monster shark. Before he can even attempt to rescue the stranded passengers, Sam Lawson of the National Sea Rescue Institute deploys a light box equipped with remote cameras to assess the dangerous situation. The submersible heads deeper into the water. When the lips of the monster. Captured from that night is absolutely
Boy.
Hope this Sydney watching.
Okay, it looks like. Yeah, it just came through actually. We're good.
Oh, okay, perfect. Anything else that I may assist you with today?
That's it, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Have a great day.
You too, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey, Susan, this is Sam. Hey, can I speak to one of your commercial guys? I think is the J Cab or the other guy, Simmons, maybe? I got some bad receivers I need to be able to do it. Yeah. Correct. Yeah, you can give him that message. Well, he gets my message if I can talk to our new rep. Lisa, is that her name?
Bully.
Good Lord. Okay, I'll get a call from Rick hopefully soon. Oh, let me ask another thing. For returns, is a totally different department. Maybe they can answer a question on returns. Yeah, please, if you don't mind. Thanks. Hey Travis, it's Sam. Um, hey, we got a motel here that we put in what 50, 60 receivers about a couple months ago. Some of these receivers are going out, and some of them are missing smart cards. Through you guys or through Dish? Talk to Dish, and they said they're not gonna do it. Call Sam Satellite. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, how about smart cards? You guys sell or smart cards? You give them to us for free, since or something. Okay. 859-489-3957. 103052. Okay, good. Good. Thank you so much. All right. Is this your TV or their TV?
Their TV.
It looks like you got issues as well. Red lines and screens missing. But that's the remote. Just make sure it's always in a satellite mode. S18.
Okay.
Channel starts at 18, up and down. And this has to be on HDMI, just in case it could get out of the way from HDMI.
Okay, man. Thank you.
You good?
Sorry about him.
You good?
Bullet, sit down. Hey.
Did I drop my keys? Oh. Left them in the open and receiver.
Bully, you hard headed. Bully, you are so hard headed. But anyway, good evening, everyone. Another day with the Wofford. Sure that you guys have heard of us, know about us, seen us, especially with all the turmoil and ignorance that's been going on with a lot of people. I know you guys have heard of us at least. So, I'm here to talk about how lucky we are. And I'm not just talking about me and Michelle and my dog. I'm talking about humans in general. We're lucky to be here because, we don't really have the choice whether we wake up in the morning and whether we walk, we're able to speak or anything the next morning. That's all up to God. It's all up to His universe. We need to be thankful that we're able to wake up. We need to be a little bit more courteous and a little bit more joyful when we're able to do so. The universe is it's kind of complicated because you get all these different walks of people, different personalities. Each person's unique. Each person's unique. I know that I'm glad that I'm able to be here right now because there's a lot of situations where I shouldn't be here. It's a lot of situations where there's no way that I should be here right now. But I am. And I'm strong, guys. I'm still holding strong. And you know what? No matter what somebody says about you, what you do, how you do it, you're your own person. You control the verse. Don't let anybody take that from you. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do, what you're capable of, what you stand for. Only you know what you stand for. It's up to you to make the right decision to keep going. It's up to you, not them. Don't let them take anything away from you. Your pride, your dignity, your strength, your motivation, any of that, your personality. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't be something, tell you you can't do something. You're just as capable as the next person. You're just as important as the next person. We all have our differences. We all have our faults. We all do things that we know that we shouldn't do. We all do things that we know that we shouldn't have done. And we're all going to do things that we know that we should not do. But you know what? Imperfect people. How you doing, Lisa? That's right. Imperfect people do things like that. They make mistakes. We make mistakes. We have to be responsible for our own actions. We have to be responsible for what we do. There are certain people that, I guess can call themselves responsible for what we do, police officers and things like that. But all in all, we're responsible for what we do. We make the decision to do that in order for them to be responsible for it. So now that I know my good friend Lisa Hip is on here, we love you, Lisa. And, sometimes things happen for a reason in order for you to move to the next stage of your life. Even if it seems like it's not going well or it shouldn't be that way, sometimes things happen just so another thing positive can happen in your life. So you can move on with the next stage, the next level, stay motivated. Yeah. We control our own destiny. We control our own destinies. No one else does. Now, there are people that take your destiny from you too shortly with all the violence and stuff that goes on in the world, but it's up to us to do what we need to do. Now, we all let off energy, positive, negative, whatever. It's my belief, and this is just my belief. I don't know what anybody else's belief is, but if you focus yourself towards the positive energy, normally positive things will happen in your life, or at least better things. But if you go towards the negative energy, selling drugs, violence, uh, sexual misconduct, things like that, then bad things will happen in your life. But normally, if you hang around people that are positive, trying to do things, trying to help people, trying to work their way towards God and things like that, then 9 times out of 10 you're gonna live a more peaceful, healthy life. You know, it took me a while to realize that. You know, even though me and Michelle were doing okay, you know, with jobs and things like that, and getting back on our feet and stuff like that, we still, you know, felt centered. You know, felt like we were still, you know, stuck a little bit. And then something made me realize, well, maybe I'm still going the wrong way about this. Maybe there's something that's not in my life that I should have more in my life than what I already do. Hey, Courtney. So these past few days, I've been really stuck on this spiritual thing. I've been really stuck on trying to build a better relationship with a higher power, with God. And I've been really stuck on trying to communicate that to different people all across the internet. And it's something in me that, you know, makes it feel important for me to do so. And I want to do so. So this is a strong urge for me to let people know that we don't have to struggle in our heart if we don't choose to. If you give the love to God like we want to do, your heart and your mind will be at ease. No matter what kind of trials and tribulations you're going through here on earth, if you live freely, peacefully, with love, kindness, and I mean, it frees your spirit. We were put here to love and nurture each other, to help each other, to bring forth peace and happiness. And it doesn't make a lot of sense to me when people degrade, try to hurt other people, say mean things. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I've never been that way, no matter what type of drugs I did, no matter what type of criminal record I had. I've never been the type of person that put anybody down or anything like that. I've never tried to break somebody's spirit. Because you can hurt the body, but you can only hurt the person's mind if they let you. Yes, you can break someone's heart. You can do that. People get attached. That's what we do. We're creatures of habit. We have a connection with each other as humans. Yeah. There's a all I know is God loves us all. And as I said earlier in my post, on the internet, we have a lot of friends, we have followers, and there's troll pages and stuff like that. If you use those followers to help people and to bring out evilness, to stop evilness, then we would be one power each other, heal each other instead of hurt each other. Why not lead the herd by telling them to do good things instead of having them get on people's page and degrade them, defile them? If you spent your time doing things like that, you wouldn't have time to deal with me. You wouldn't have time to worry about me. Because you would be so busy. You would be so busy trying to help other people that I wouldn't even be in your mind. I wouldn't be in your thoughts. But you've got so much hate and hurt in your heart that you're worried about what I'm doing. Anytime you try to take if you take a personal interest, somebody down and calling somebody out and making fun of them and hurting them, that just goes to show how much hurt you have in your heart. Because that means that we got you. You don't have us. We got you. As long as you have that grudge, as long as you have that hate in your heart for us, that we have the upper hand. That means that we can do just the smallest thing to tick you off and take you off of your game. We don't want that. We don't want to hurt anybody. One day, I hope you find it in your heart and in your mind to be friends with us. We don't want to hurt you. Prosper. We'd rather see you on here talking about helping animals, counseling abandoned and abused children, something like that. Something like that. It's totally senseless for someone to have so much control over you to where you'll get on someone else's page under a different name and act a fool. Don't you see how that makes you look? We don't get on anybody else's page. Hardly. For what? For what? We've got all this going on. We've got all these pages that we need to do live videos on. Got work we got to do. We got to worry about feeding. We got to worry about feeding each other. We got a lot on our plate. So we don't have time to even think about what you guys are doing. Not even worried about it. Not even worried about it. Hey, guys, I'm sorry. I'm in my zone right here. I'm in my zone. But I love you guys just as much as you hate us. That's right. I said that. I love you guys just as us. You probably don't want to hear that. But I do. And there's nothing more that I would rather see is as for you to your heart and just be who you are. Just be. Just be. If you don't like us, just pretend like you never met us. Pretend like you never came on my page. And I'll do the same. Sometimes you have to love people from a distance. Sometimes even your family you have to stay away from, because they can be just as dangerous as a rattlesnake that you haven't even come across yet. Everybody wasn't meant to click. Everybody wasn't meant around each other. Family, blood, friends, whatever. Everybody wasn't meant. I have family members that I wasn't meant to be around because I'll love them from a distance because I know how they are and I know how I am. And I don't want to be on somebody else's level of ignorance and stupidity. And I'm not calling anybody ignorant. I'm just saying the actions that are being taken are ignorant and stupid, not the person. Because if you're able to pick up a phone and get online and things like that, then you're not stupid. You're not dumb. You're not naive. You're not any of that. So, I mean, you totally understand what you're doing and what you're trying to do. God don't like ugly. That's why Satan was one of the most beautiful angels he was. Everything that looks good ain't good. And sometimes everything that looks bad ain't bad. So all I can say is just take a look at the man or woman in the mirror and just try to see the other person's point of view before you sit there and say, well, why don't they do this? Why hasn't he done that? Why hasn't he done that? Put yourself in that same similar situation. And then some. And then see. And then make your decision. Never judge somebody just on what you hear. Get to know someone. Hell, I like to wear, like I said, I like to wear my hats to the side sometimes and bandanas. That doesn't mean that I'm a thug. And everybody that wears a suit and carries a Bible in their hand, they're not all good either. Some people have ulterior motives. worry about. Give somebody a chance before you judge. Chance favors the prepared mind. Another one I like to say is a wise warrior, a wise general, always chooses his battlefield towards anyone, towards anybody. I was over that a long time ago. I grew up a month ago. I grew up. It's time for everybody else to grow up. When you're spending too much time worried about somebody else, you're not worrying about yourself. You're not worrying about what you have to get done, what you need to do. If you have that much time to worry about stalking us or worry about trying to take us down, you've got to be a millionaire because you don't have any worries. You have no worries if you're on here that much under different names and things like that, trying to. And we're, like you say, we're not that important. So why worry about us if we're not that important? Why? Even if it is for fun, find somebody more important to fool with. That makes better sense to me. Why try to catch a blackbird when you can catch a bald eagle? Anyway, that's really all I had to say about that. You know, God is with all of us. He doesn't see race, creed, color, sex, any. He's with all of us. And, you know, people choose to do whatever they want to do. Let me read Dana's comment real quick. No, I can't see Dana. That's right. It feels so good to do it. Change is hard. But, like you said, when you want to do it, it feels good. As you're doing it, it feels good. Then after you've accomplished what you've done, it feels amazing. But the energy that it lets off to everyone else is a miracle. Because once people get to send the energy that you have towards something, it starts to reflect on them, and then they start letting off that positive energy or whatever energy you're letting off. I mean, it's contagious. It really is. It's contagious. So I'm on Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube right now on 3 phones. So I think I'm going to get off Periscope. And the phone's going dead on YouTube, Lisa. So I would go to Facebook because that phone's about to go dead. But yes. So anyway, I'm gonna cut Periscope off first. Guys, we love you guys over here. I'm on Circle of Friends over here on Facebook. Thank you for watching. God bless you. And remember, we love you. So then I'll cut the other one off here in a minute. Well, I had a lot of people on there. So anyway, we usually we walk our own path. We walk our own path, plain and simple. And whatever we choose to do is usually the outcome that we get, whether it's good or bad. Sometimes there is a negative outcome to a positive effect. Sometimes there's a positive effect to a negative outcome. You'll get it later. But yes, I've got to cut this one off, please, because the phone's about to go dead, but I'm still on Circle of Friends over here. I love you, Lisa. And thank you for everything you've done. Don't forget to hit the like button.